Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia Lott. This is my channel about journaling and goal setting, and it was a good first week in my new journal. When I was setting this journal up, I have my goals here, and I thought about why have I not written down what my long-term goals are? And that brings us to my topic for this week, which is why is long-term planning so scary? I can do short-term goals just fine. I can do up to about a year, and then I don't know why, and I want to explore that. I want to figure it out, and I want to be able to start to plan those long-term goals and break them. I'm good about breaking things into smaller chunks so that we can accomplish these goals. We're trying to do things this year in 2024. What I did was to start to think about longer term goals was to write, just brain dump in my big journal here. I gotta zoom out a little bit. Ooh. There we go. I had to start to think about things in this is my brain dumpy journal, usually for, I'd say, a half hour every morning. Most mornings I write in this journal. I did some soul searching. I just wanted to make a list of why I struggle to make long-term plans. Why am I so afraid to plan past the next 365 days? And I don't expect you to read my handwriting. I'll read it for you, don't worry. But the first one is I am afraid that I will change my mind later. I do have a pattern of being very excited about something in the beginning, and then as the weeks go on, as I think about all of the details of the thing, I just change my mind and I hop on to the next thing. So I am afraid that if I make a long-term plan that I will just end up changing my mind anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm afraid of disappointment at the end, as though, I'll do all this hard work and it will just be all for naught. Just no benefit whatsoever in having done this hard work. The disappointment would just crush me, and I am afraid that I wouldn't be able to deal with that. How do I know which goals are going to bring me the most happiness? Buying a house. I've been saying that I want to buy a house forever, and I still don't know if that's something that would really bring me happiness. I have no idea. And how can anyone know if their goals will bring them happiness? But sometimes I look at having a house like this just wonderful dream, magical thing. You have your own space. You can decorate it how you want. You don't have to worry about someone raising the rent on you, things like that. But also property taxes, neighbors, mowing the lawn. If I bought a house, is it going to be all that? Is it going to be worth my effort? Don't know. I made the most non-scary, ridiculously simple 5-year plan for right now. And even that, I have all these question marks. So these things, I feel like in some ways, they kind of all conflict with each other in a sense. And it's going to take some maneuvering to figure out how I can make all of these things a reality not necessarily at the same time, but within a reasonable amount of time. Even looking at this, I feel anxious. So how will I overcome these fears? One way I know that I can do it is just to know that I can always change my mind. I can always change my mind and not feel shame about doing so. It's okay. I can find another path and go down that, and I don't have to feel, oh, I did something wrong, oh, I wasted my time, oh, I'm wasting other people's time, things like that. I can just let it go. Second thing, I think, is just knowing that there is no right choice. You have to just make the best choice with the information that you have and go from there. Even that, it's not necessarily going to be the right choice. This isn't a video game where you can just go down and fight the boss and that's it. I say boss. Do video games even have a boss anymore? Is that a thing? I don't know. Do video games have that? Tell me in the comments if you game. I don't know. If I don't know anything about it, this is number 3. If I don't know anything about it, I can learn along the way. I could just be curious about a thing, and that's okay too. What number am I on? Number 4. I worry that all the hard work is going to be for nothing. One thing I'm going to do is just remember that if I do change my mind, then I will still get some benefit from doing the thing. I will still get some benefit from going through that experience. Whether it's a new person that I met, if I save up for a house and decide not to buy the house later, then I'm still sitting on a good chunk of cash that I could use for something else. It's all good. It's all good. 5? I think I'm on 5. If I fail and make a mistake, that's okay, because I will just pick myself up, dust myself off, and just start over. I've done it before. I can do it again. And it's, it is what it is. That's part of life. You fail, you get back up, and you can start again. So I know that the only way to face my fears is with action. If I just sit there and kind of just stew in it and kind of wallow in it and just think about it to death and ruminate, and nothing's ever going to change. I just have to know that I may mess up. I may change my mind 50 million, 11 million times, but it's still going to be preferable to just sitting there and worrying and planning and thinking about stuff. I have to actually do something toward my goals. So on that note, let's make our weekly spread. Let's get hyped up for the week and make something happen. And I have a quote: "You don't make progress by standing on the sidelines whimpering and complaining. You make progress by implementing ideas." And that is by Shirley Chisholm. Okay, so we are in the week of April 7th through the 13th. Here, what I'm going to do is make my habit tracker. And I'm just going to list everything that I do throughout the day. Alright, so this is Sunday through Thursday, and I see I didn't leave myself much room for Thursday, so I went ahead and just took some correction tape and covered up the page numbers. When I first started using these journals, I made little indexes in the indices, my bad, indices. I would make an index, yeah. I would make, in each individual journal, I would make an index. And I would have the page numbers and all of that, and this week went on this page, and I don't do that anymore. I don't have an index. I'm never gonna probably do that again. It was cool to have it, but yeah, it's a lot. So I figured page numbers are kind of arbitrary. We don't need to know. I can just, if I need to find a particular week, I can just go by the week. It looks like it's going to be crooked. Oh, no, it's not only crooked, but also not completely filled in. No. Oh, no. Now can I fix it? Oh, that's terrible. You know what? I'm going to work with it. It's all good. It is all good. I'm going to write my steps. I'm going to write my steps. I don't know if that's enough space though. I just want to keep track of my step counts. So, like for example, these are all of the steps that I got over the past few days. And I kind of ramped up to 10,000 finally. It took me a minute. So that is one of my goals for the quarter is to get 10,000 steps a day. And I started off kind of weak, but that's okay. So I want to just keep track of each day. That way I can add them up at the end of the week and have 70,000 steps for the entire week. That's the goal. All right, and then on this top part of the page here, I'm going to put my weekly tasks. This is another planning issue on my part, but I may not have enough space to do all of the sections I want to do. But if I don't, we're gonna just work with it. Okay, so these are my weekly tasks. I used to do pretty much a column for each week. Every week I would draw a column for each week. I actually enjoy doing that because I enjoy making little squares. But at the same time, I want to get myself in the mindset of focusing either on the present or the future, not focusing so much on what I have already done, even though it was nice to see what I had already done and just kind of pat myself on the back like, oh, 2 weeks ago I did that thing. No, I want to just say, okay, this week I did all these things. Very proud of myself. Let's move on to the next week. So now I'm going to work on my goals for the second quarter of this year. Okay, here is my more or less completed weekly spread. Goals are still not fleshed out yet. I'm not a machine, okay? I can't just pop them out like that. I don't know. So I will instead leave you with another quote. Look at this bonus. Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Isn't that beautiful? And that is by Warren Buffett. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me on this very imperfect journey of my weekly spread. I thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful to you as you build your weekly spread. Please smash that like button down below if you enjoyed this video. That really helps the channel. It helps other viewers find this video who may enjoy it. So I just really appreciate it if you would do that. Also, if you'd like to see more, please go ahead and subscribe. That button should be, I believe, down in that area down there. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And I hope you have a fabulous week. And I will give you the lovely upside down wave. Goodbye.